This is all of the absolute critical and cool stuff that I travel with. This is one of my most requested videos. It's currently taking a little bit longer to put out my next video, so I thought I'd make this one instead. I'm going to start out with this thing in the air right here. This is my brand new favorite toy. This is the Hover Air X1 Pro. And this is how I get some of my crazy thumbnails. And the coolest thing about this drone is that you can fly it manually, and it can just lock on you and follow you around. It's like a personal cameraman or camera person, and then you can launch it right from your hand. You don't have to put down a tarp. You just launch it from your hand, and then you land it in your hand. It is quite loud. I had the noise cancellation. Hopefully I had the noise cancellation turned all the way on, but this even has an indoor mode. It's got a 360 mode. It's got a lot of cool stuff to it. So this is my new favorite toy. I'm gonna try to make everything on the bed. I got two new suitcases. One is a backpack, and the coolest thing about this one is that it has wheels on it. I got tired of carrying around that 55-pound Toomey backpack, which was one of the best purchases I ever made, but I just can't carry it around anymore. So I got this, I think it's a Samsonite, and it's on wheels. And it's got 4 wheels, so you can pivot it around. It's got 0 turn. It has a handlebar that comes right out the top of it. You can even put another bag or accessory on top of that. And when it isn't completely full, when you don't max it out all the way to the top, you can stick it under an airplane seat. Although when you do max it out, it's actually more akin to the size of a carry-on. And I actually like this bad boy even more. And the reason I like this piece of luggage is that it's really light. It is hard shell. I go back and forth on hard shell. If you go to super exotic places where you have to take in like puddle planes, they only allow soft luggage because it won't slide around. But the material composition, the material science has gotten so good where some of these hard shells are actually even lighter now than the soft shell. Here's why this one is super amazing. It opens right from the top. You know, on a traditional suitcase like my old one, you know how they're split 50-50? And sometimes if you open them upside down or wrong side up, half of your stuff will fall out, or you open up the wrong way, you got to flip over a 55 or 50-pound piece of luggage. It's a mess. This loads right from the top, and then you just put all your stuff right in. This is normally smaller than I like to travel with, but it's actually a blessing in disguise because when I completely fill it, it won't let me go over or barely go over the 50-pound limit. So that is important. It keeps me in check. And just to make sure that I am under 50 pounds, I always carry this luggage scale. So you put this right on. And the one thing you need to remember about this is that when you zero it out, it does have a tear on it. You need to zero it out with a little bit of tension or else it won't give you an accurate reading. I got tired of paying excess baggage fees, so I carry this right on me. And if there's ever a discrepancy, I weigh it right in front of them. I have so much cool stuff to show you. I just want to finish up this luggage segment. Behind me is maybe my absolute favorite thing on this table, and that is my new luggage organizer. Now, there are a lot of these on Amazon. Make sure you choose wisely. By the way, all the links, real links, not affiliate links, are in the description below. That's how you know this video is authentic, as always. But real links below if you want any of this stuff. This, I forget how much it cost, but it wasn't the cheapest, but it is incredible. It's a game changer. It's a lifesaver. It's so time efficient. It keeps me organized throughout the entire month. As you can see, I have it loaded up with socks, undergarments, shirts, swim trunks, whites, and then blacks. And then you can compress it a little bit, and then you can secure it with the straps. So I just place that right in my suitcase, and then as soon as I get to my hotel room, I take it out and I hang it right in the closet. And by the way, on my luggage, we like to think our luggage is unique because we picked the white one or the purple one, or it's a little bit more expensive. These are sold at Target, Amazon, Walmart, wherever. There are millions of these out in the wild. I always like to identify mine a little bit, especially on the handles. So if someone does go to reach it, at least it kind of keys them in to this neon green and it's not theirs. And then also I try to marry that with a like colored strap. All right, let's get this out of the way. There's a lot here. I'm going to get through this a lot faster. When I say I've been through every sunscreen on Amazon, that is not me embellishing. Literally, I have. Some of my favorites would be this Kula. I like the Florida Glow. If you want to get extra bourgeoisie, extra luxe, this La Roche-Posay is really good. It's a little overkill, but it's good. But I keep on going back to the Neutrogenas. This was my previous favorite, this 45 Ultra Sheer, but it's been replaced, I think, altogether by an upgraded formula, and it's this clear body. I think this goes for like $11 or $12 a can. Some of these go for upwards of 30 to 35, and it's just not worth it. This clear body is even thinner and lighter and drier than the Ultra Sheer, and you don't need anything over 50. Any doctor will tell you that. All you have to do is reapply basically every 90 minutes. When it comes to the face, you have to wear something different. The tried and true absolute best would be this Elta MD. When I get out of the sun, my face actually feels better. It feels smooth and silky and amazing. This Elta MD is by far the best. If you are someone that wears something like that every day because you're really sensitive to the sun or you're really cautious, this rain or shine is the ticket. All right, we got those out of the way. I'm obsessed with Japanese sunglasses. I've been down the rabbit hole and I cannot come back from Japanese sunglasses. My favorite brand is Dita. These would be a couple examples. This is the first pair I ever bought. These are rock solid. These are bulletproof. These are the Mach 1s, more on the entry level, and they're still my favorite. If you want to get on the high end, they have the Mach 7s, and I thought I was going to love these. I thought these would be my everything, the rose gold and the lighter tint. You can even wear them inside if you want to be that guy or person, but I don't like them. No, right? I mean, maybe, but not in absolutely. These Mach 1s are where it's at. There was a wide receiver that was reading this book on the sideline, Inner Excellence, and it went viral last year. I forget who it was, but I'll try to find the snippet. And my mom and I were watching that game together, and she bought it for me. And I'm finally getting around to reading it as I'm finally getting around to reading more. And it's an interesting book. It's a different twist on excellence. So for those of you that maybe are a little too hardcore, but still looking to be the most excellent person you can, this Inner Excellence book seems like a good read. I'll let you know. I only film with my phones now. I've been filming entirely on my phones for the past probably 12 months, and I will continue to do so. I don't like carrying around a big camera. It draws too much attention. I want to be inconspicuous. I want to blend in. I don't want to make anyone else feel uncomfortable. And also, when you go to some countries, especially the ones south of America, they charge you for every camera in your bag. So if you have a lot of phones, you kind of get around that. I just want to show off this credit card style portable charger. So it snaps right to the back of your phone. It's ultra thin. It gives you one full charge. It's something that you can carry around and it's not overwhelming and it doesn't make you look overbearing. Let's talk shoes. When I'm traveling in the Caribbean, I'm basically in 4 types of shoes. I'm going to show you 3. This is what I'm wearing basically daily. These are the Clogposites by Nike. The cool thing about these is that they have maximum comfort because it's actually a 2-piece. So you get a traditional shoe bottom and then you get a foam upper. The only problem is that if you get them wet, you have to be really careful how you dry them out. I just threw them out on the balcony one day and they shrunk to half the size. But I'm liking this colorway. It's amazing for the Caribbean. But the best still are the Yeezys. Say what you want about Yeezy. These foam runners, at least for what I do, it's like they were designed for me. I can jump in the pool and keep these on all day. I can walk in the sand. I can go in the ocean, salt water, dry them right out on the balcony, 100-degree sun. Nothing affects these. They keep their color. They're extremely durable. These still got the StockX tag on them, which is where I get a lot of stuff if it isn't available in the general market. And then my everyday shoe right now is a Reebok. I just saw these and I thought they were ultra cool. I think this is like a float zig or something like that. I was wearing Nike Shox, but this is what I'm wearing, to the gym, maybe between hotels, or if I'm walking around in the city. So when that Dyson hairdryer came out years ago, I was beyond impressed from an engineering standpoint. That Dyson guy is a madman, a mad genius, ingenious. But I didn't want to pay $400 or $500 for the Dyson. They haven't updated it, I don't think, in maybe a decade. And plus, I'm not about to spend $500 on a hairdryer. I will spend $500 on even stupider stuff, just not a hairdryer. The Dyson is 1,300 watts. And I think this one is like 1,700, 1,800. But it's not all about wattage when it comes to hair drying. I won't go any further than that, but it's about how it leaves your hair, ionization, and science. The hair dryers at hotels, all of them suck. So I always bring my own. This one is compact. It's got the Dyson look and feel. Not as sophisticated, but I think 1/4 or 1/5 the price. In terms of shirts, I am wearing David Archie for my t-shirts. I get asked this question all the time. It's one of my most asked questions. What type of t-shirts do I wear? The white and the black are David Archie. Just the regular ones, not the bamboo ones. They are expensive. I think it's 3 for $50 as of right now. But again, if you know how to wash whites and wash darks, you can wear these a ton and get years of use out of them. This is basically my uniform every other day. I probably have 20 of these combined packed. For my colored t-shirts, I use Real Essentials. I get asked about these all the time as well. They're just Real Essentials. It's a brand on Amazon. Extremely affordable for the quality. The quality is top notch for a t-shirt, and I think you get more for your money than David Archie by double. I think you might get 4 or 6 for maybe like 35. So a tremendous value. And going back to luggage and packing very quickly, I do have the compression bags, but I don't use them as compression bags. I just use them sometimes as organizational storage. You have to be careful with the compression bags because if you're traveling with a check-in, all you're doing is adding more weight to your bag by creating more space, which means you're going to be subjected to overage fees. These are only relevant with carry-ons. And you got to buy the right ones. These definitely were not. I really don't care because I decided right away that I didn't like them. But if you are going to buy compression bags, I would recommend doing a ton of research and buying ones that have top-notch zippers because it's all about the zipper strength on these compression bags. I will put the link to these below. These are, I would say, average at best. I forgot to talk about these when I mentioned my shoes, these shoe wipes. I did my research and these seem to be the best. I'm not disappointed. One time I accidentally even left this open for maybe a week or for a month and I came back and they were still moist. So I really like this packaging, compact, efficient, just put in a suitcase. I talked about this in a previous video, but I'd be remiss if I did not quickly mention it again. It's a carbon monoxide detector. This will keep you up at night if you watch this video and don't buy one because just Google it. There are tragic deaths every year about people dying in their hotel rooms, but mostly abroad in lesser developing countries or lesser developed countries because of carbon monoxide poisoning, whether it's due to older machines, lack of standards enforcement, or lack of technology. And this one is amazing. I've had batteries in here for 18 months, haven't had to change them. I just keep it in my suitcase. I don't even have to take it out. And as you can see, there's a 0 on there right now. And this thing literally keeps me sleeping well at night. Because I travel for 3 or 4 weeks at a time, I have to prepare for everything, unfortunately. So I do carry Band-Aids. But because I'm in a lot of tropical environments, I like these clear ones. And this Band-Aid brand is the best. I've tried the generic ones and they don't even come close in terms of adhesion. If you just have a little cut and you don't want to wear a Band-Aid at all, this liquid bandage is highly recommended. I'm usually always carrying a Creed. Like a total nerd, I lost this cap somewhere. I think it's in my suitcase, but this one, the specific one, is a lighter one. In fact, I think it's a unisex. It is geared more towards guys, in my personal opinion. But Creed is always a staple in my bag. My favorite one is a Ventus, but it's a little strong for the Caribbean. I've talked about my Go bag before. It's basically like my MacGyver kit. I won't go over everything. I'm going to show you one old thing that I mentioned before, and that is a multi-tool. As a vlogger and someone who's actually working on vacation, this is essential. This is a SOG or SOG. I think the Navy SEALs carry this exact model. My dad bought this for me, so this one is treasured. And then also because I'm a travel vlogger and I create content, electrical tape is always a staple. And then duct tape. Duct tape saved my life during my last Cancun trip when my other suitcase just busted open. It literally lost half of its outer shell. And I taped it up with a roll of duct tape that I had, and it saved everything. It saved my life. It definitely saved me hundreds of dollars. This is something that I just bought. It's the new T-Rex Clear, which I like from an aesthetic standpoint. It doesn't feel the same as duct tape, but it definitely looks a lot better than the traditional gray or the black. For those of you just getting acclimated to international travel, I'm sure you've had the experience where you've had an upset stomach. I've talked about this before, this Imodium AD. This one's for the export. All right, if things are bad on the export end, you want Imodium AD. And I've recently switched to this kaopectate. This kaopectate works for me significantly better. And these chews are definitely more tasty, more palatable than Pecto. Awkwardly, I've also been through every hairspray on Amazon, and this is the coolest one for sure. This R Plus CO Outer Space. The branding is otherworldly. It's insanely priced. It's crazy priced. I'm almost too ashamed to admit it. For $40, I can't recommend it. It comes out a little too heavy. It stays on a little too light. But again, that branding is everything. I'm such a mark. Really, the best are these Sebastian Shapers. The black one is, I think, the humidity one. And then the white one is kind of the all-around one. These are half the price. You can actually get these at Walmart now. I was shocked and pleasantly surprised. Oh yeah, and for you guys that wear a product and you don't like the greasy, wet, shiny look, you want something that's more natural, something that's kind of matte and dry, you need a paste or a clay. My favorite up until this point has been Hans de Fuku Quicksand, I believe. But this one is giving it a run for its money. It might be a little bit better. It's a paste compared to a clay. A little bit goes a long way, but it's also embarrassingly expensive. I think this goes for around $40. So I can't recommend it over the Hans de Fuku based off that, but it's a highly quality product. I have long hours, late nights. I'm up way too early in the morning. I'm outside a lot. I get the sunscreen kind of dripping in my eyes sometimes. I'm looking at a computer screen. I suffer from redness sometimes. NAFCON A. That's all you need to know. It's the only one you need to buy. This one you've seen before. It's always a staple in my bag ever since it almost saved my life. And that is coconut oil. It has a myriad of uses. You could use this as a moisturizer. You could use this as an anti-aging mechanism at night. Some people take a spoonful every morning or every night, whether it's to fall asleep or just to give you overall vitality. I use it in all those areas. I use it as a general elixir. My best story is when it basically saved my life in Cancun. Over a decade ago, I was really inexperienced when I was traveling in these type of environments, really tropical, humid environments with intense sun close to the equator. And I came down with a nasty like skin rash, sunburn, and because of the way I was wearing my shirt, it was getting out of control. And it looked like it was morphing into staph, which is hellaciously dangerous. And because I was a foreigner and I didn't have any access to medical, I was basically just a newbie. I just Googled on the internet what had antibacterial properties, and this has unbelievable antibacterial properties. And after rushing to the pharmacy on a prayer and getting some, after 36 hours, that rash infection was completely gone. This is one of my favorite little gadgets. It's a toothbrush sanitizer, and it's better than just throwing your toothbrush in a tote for a week or two, because if your toothbrush isn't clean, you're really doing yourself a disservice. And it's small, it's compact. When you're done brushing your teeth, you rinse this off, you clean it with water, and then you just kind of dry it off like that, and you stick it in here, and then you close it. Rechargeable battery with USB-C, and you could even mount it if you want to keep this at your house, but I just throw this in my tote, and it keeps my toothbrush nice and clean. I really like this thing. Shut that off for now, and then to wrap things up, to keep your mouth clean, this. This is like washing your mouth with Everclear or turpentine or bleach. This Listerine Clinical Solutions, it is mouthwash that is on a next level. It shouldn't even be clinical solutions. It should be like industrial strength. I can't even believe this is for sale. This is a hardcore clean. It says antiseptic right on here, but I don't think that's true. I think it's also a paint remover or thinner. I think it would also probably be an awesome bleach. I'm not sure what this is, but it keeps my mouth nice and clean. If you think you have a good mouthwash, I urge you to try this one and tell me what you think.